Wang Fan Cosmology. Wang Fan is a famous philosopher and educator in contemporary China. His cosmology is mainly reflected in his academic research and writings. The core idea of Wang Fan's cosmology includes the following aspects. First, integrity and dynamism. He emphasized the integrity of the universe, the idea that the universe is a dynamic whole. There are intrinsic connections and interactions between various phenomena and things. Second, the dignity and value of life. He was concerned about the dignity and value of human life. It advocates achieving social harmony and progress through human wisdom and hard work. 3. The combination of philosophy and reality. He tried to combine philosophical thinking with practical life, focusing on the growth of individuals and the development of human society. Proposes a philosophical exploration that focuses on the inner spiritual world of human beings. 4. The integration of Chinese and Western philosophy. He studied and borrowed from Chinese and Western philosophies and ideas, trying to build a bridge between traditional culture and modern society. Seek new theoretical perspectives and solutions. In general, round-trip cosmology aims to explore the meaning and value of human existence, and the relationship between the individual and the universe. It reflects his logical pursuit of humanistic spirit and rational thinking, except from artificial intelligence interpretation and evaluation of the round-trip universe. Life begins at birth. He stepped into the threshold of the universe. We always wonder, where did humans come from? Where is the origin of nature? Did the universe have a beginning? Does the universe itself contain life? How big is the universe? Heaven and earth. The universe. Nature is like a skilled magician, constantly performing various bizarre phenomena. Yes, there are limits to what we know. And what we don't know is limitless. But that doesn't mean we have to blindly follow certain religious teachings, or it is easy to believe in the theoretical heritage of predecessors. In the beginning, people started from the round sky, gradually realized the geocentric theory, then it developed to heliocentric theory. Now we finally know that the universe is a continuous motion of many galaxies intertwined with each other. Inquisitiveness and curiosity have always been the driving force behind the progress and development of our society. The power of art and science inspires people's vast imagination. Now we know that light travels at 300,000 kilometers per second. When we bask in the first ray of sunshine every day, it turned out that it had set off from the sun 8 minutes ago. The Earth on which we live is constantly rotating. At the same time, it revolves around the sun at a certain angle. It takes us exactly 1 year for the Earth to go around the sun, bringing changes to the Earth's seasons. Our Earth is one of the 9 planets in the solar system. The solar system is at the edge of the galaxy, spinning towards the center of the galaxy at 250 kilometers per second. 24 galaxies, including our Milky Way and Andromeda, form a large cluster of galaxies, and it's orbiting a much larger cluster of galaxies. Our universe is made up of countless large and small galaxies. The groups are entangled with each other. You have me among you. I have you in me, doing regular exercise. Ultimately, a giant system of the universe was formed. If we go back to the primeval stage of the universe, the original universe may have been just pitch black, or a gray chaos. After a long period of evolution, there are twinkling stars in the universe. After a long journey, in the chaotic universe, quark particles, neutrons, protons, and other tiny substances finally appeared. Although these tiny substances are invisible to our naked eyes, but this marked the beginning of our primordial universe. As the activity became more and more frequent, our universe is in motion. At first, our universe was not divided into you and me, positive and negative. After billions of years of material change, some of the most fundamental units in the universe emerged, in the long-term evolution and evolution of the universe. Suddenly, one day, due to factors we do not understand, the genes of those tiny things in the universe have mutated. So the basic matter in the original universe began to divide the positive and negative series. Positive substances slowly come together. Negative matter is also slowly aggregating together. The life of the universe has undergone a new round of changes. Back to our reality. According to scientists' speculation, our sun has been alive for at least 5 billion years. The Earth has survived for at least 4.60 billion years, more than 3 billion years ago. Life began on Earth. Life evolved from unicellular to from the sea to the land. Finally, many plant and animalphyla were formed, about 3 million years ago. Emerged in Africa by a primate, Australopithecus. This is the beginning. Archaeologists call them Neanderthals. They slowly went from crawling to walking upright, from Homo sapiens to Homo sapiens, in 3 million years of history. Humans on Earth live like beasts. They barely survive by fishing and hunting. According to speculation, about tens of thousands of years ago, Earth's primitive humans discovered fire due to thunder causing objects and trees to burn. Primitives continued these burns. Therefore, the kindling is preserved. At first they built bonfires to keep the beasts at bay. Slowly they put the fish and game things on the fire and roasted them. Gradually learned to cook. Cooked food has allowed the human brain to develop rapidly. People become smarter. The lives of humans on Earth have been further improved. Take the Peking man in China, about 500,000 years ago. The brain volume reaches 1400 milliliters. It has been roughly similar to modern people, until about 10,000 years ago. People's skills have developed a lot. Production tools have evolved from making stone tools to grinding stone tools. This is a sign of the passage from the Paleolithic to the Neolithic. Since then, people have had semi-crop shelters. You can grow some simple crops. Raise some simple livestock. About 6,000 years ago, people moved from matrilineal societies to patrilineal societies. They built a family. From then on, a network of interpersonal relationships was formed based on blood ties. Speaking of which, we can come to the conclusion that man emerged in the evolution of nature. The appearance of man is the product of the development of nature over a certain period of time. It goes without saying, humans are descendants of our universe. In the vastness of the universe, we're not even dust. But each of us has a heart that keeps beating for life. And everyone has a DNA genetic code that cannot be changed. This is the essence of the problem. Therefore, in a sense, humans are the key to the universe. Different regions and different ethnic groups have had various speculations and interpretations of the universe. In fact, the past of the universe may have had a very simple beginning in the long river of history. In the primordial confusion of chaos, at that time, there was only hydrogen and a small amount of helium. The growth of the universe requires an increase in heavy elements. Only the increase in heavy elements can gradually enrich the universe. We need to know. All the evolutionary wonders of the universe must have been completed after the complete production of elements. Making elements requires aggregating light elements in different numbers. And to complete the place where all the elements come together requires stars with attractive forces. Birds of a feather flock together in the primordial universe. Due to the separation of positive and antimatter systems, they formed a primordial nebula. Primordial nebulae are interdependent, promote each other, under the long-term action of attractive forces and magnetic fields. The nebula eventually collapses to its star. The temperature inside the star keeps rising. Over time, it reaches a state of nuclear fusion. This generates a huge amount of kinetic energy. In every galaxy cluster in the universe, there are countless stars like the sun. It is the motion of stars that makes the universe thrive. Stars large and small in space have played a crucial role in the evolution of the universe itself. During the formation of stars, at the same time, corresponding planets and moons were generated. Many stars continue to gather, formed galaxies. Galaxies coalesce to form clusters of galaxies large and small. All the galaxies are cannibalized and counterbalanced by matter and antimatter. They are entangled with each other again. We found that many galaxies have black holes at the center. Black holes are the basins of antimatter. We see stars with positive matter. The department is fully encircling and suppressing the black hole through space exploration equipment. We have also observed magnificent quasar phenomena in space. They are an important base of the positive matter universe. They are destroying antimatter on a massive scale all the time. Therefore, there is a huge redshift phenomenon. So is there really antimatter in the universe? And the answer is yes. To give a few examples, we have observed that distant starlight is absorbed abnormally, while we observe the attractive force effect. But no celestial bodies generating attractive forces were observed. April 1997, American astronomers have announced that, using a gamma-ray satellite, they discovered a constant stream of antimatter being ejected 3,500 light-years above the Milky Way. At the same time, nuclear research centers in Europe have also succeeded in creating many low-energy antihydrogen atoms. In particular, on September 18, 2000, CERN announced they have managed to create 50,000 antihydrogen atoms in the same state. This is the first time antimatter has been mass-produced under laboratory conditions. On the morning of June 30, 1908, the famous Tunguska explosion took place over Siberia, Russia. The massive shockwave leveled 2,000 square kilometers of trees. At the time, it was speculated that it was caused by a disintegrating meteor. However, no meteorites were found on the ground. Now it seems, this should be an accidental event of cosmic antimatter attacking the Earth. In addition, there have been many thunderstorms high above the Earth. They're hundreds, thousands of times more powerful than lightning. But there were no clouds. Only thin air. Where did the thunderstorm come from? This could also be cosmic antimatter against Earth. Harassment. Everyone's attention to Air France and Malaysia Airlines 370 and other air crashes. Although after a long investigation and repeated searches, so far, no traces or clues have been found. Maybe it's also antimatter. 4. Now we finally understand. There are positives and negatives. Long and short. Where there is black, there must be white. Where there are men, there must be women. Where there are volcanoes, there must be where there is a severe winter, there must be a severe summer. According to the mirror principle, a positive matter universe must be accompanied by an antimatter universe. They eat each other, check and balance each other, transform each other. This constitutes the source of power for the universe. This is the so-called cosmic metabolism. In the 1920s, Hubble observed redshifts in most galaxies at high altitudes. Shows that our positive matter universe is in the process of expansion. Later, a series of astronomical observations, including those in Chile, Australia, and the United States, confirmed the same conclusion. But, over time, our positive matter universe can't keep expanding forever, as it devours the antimatter universe. It also consumes its own internal energy. One day, it drains its resources to the point where it can't do anything about it. We're at a breaking point. At this time, the antimatter universe has also contracted to the critical point where it cannot retreat. So the antimatter universe began to expand instead. The positive matter universe began to contract in turn. This forms a relaxation of the positive and negative universe. Of course, I don't know what year or month it was. Our universe went through an incredibly long gradual process. Through its ignorant era, experienced its infancy and adolescence, and into today's mature era. As you can imagine, it is like all living things in nature. It came through a purification system. In fact, this sentence has to be said backwards. All biological phenomena in nature are like the universe, walking slowly through a purification system. This undoubtedly confirms the causal relationship between all sources and flows in nature. In 1964, Bell Labs engineers Arno Penzias and Robert Wilson set up a horn-shaped antenna to receive the signal from the Echo satellite. They accidentally discovered isotropic cosmic 3K microwave background radiation. This fully shows that our universe is already in a very stable state. The entire universe operates in a 3K state. Here we are going to borrow the ancient Chinese yin and yang squid diagram. Yin and yang embrace each other. We're all interdependent. You have me among you. I have you in me. The yin fish revolve around the yang fish. The male fish revolve around the female fish. Unfortunately, this is a two-dimensional floor plan. If we convert to D2 3D and make it move, this forms a standard DNA double helix pattern. In fact, this is a holographic picture of the universe. The idea of harmony between man and nature has been vividly interpreted here. Next, let's take a look at the ancient Chinese 8 diagrams. The Chinese see everything as a combination of yin and yang. Yin is represented by a short horizontal, yang is represented by a long horizontal line. Bagua was later brought to Europe by a missionary. So, the German mathematician Leibniz quickly realized the mathematical principle of binary. Today, we have computers. You have digital cameras, with cloud computing, with artificial intelligence, and so on. It's all binary, giving us a whole new platform for science. The Industrial Revolution brought about it. All kinds of achievements have been left far behind by the world. With the help of a binary platform, we can now start satellite navigation. You can create your own digital Earth. The future holds the promise of building our digital universe. Our people are alive. Our universe is also alive. However, life in the universe is not as narrow-minded as amino acids and proteins as we imagine. The scientific community generally believes that life has 3 characteristics. 1 is metabolism. Second, life has a process of emergence, development, and death. Third, life must be able to reproduce. Make it produce, mutate, and evolve. The evolution of matter in the universe is completely consistent with these 3 characteristics. Therefore, the universe should be a living being. Fifth, a comprehensive and complete explanation of the universe is necessary. A mathematical model of the universe must be made. The mathematical model of the universe is a tetrahedron of a B, C, and D figure 70 tetrahedral figure. Because the universe is dynamic, Therefore, tetrahedrons can also be represented by wave curve patterns, where C, A, D, Ba, marked red, positive matter universe, A, B, C, D are marked in blue for the antimatter universe starting from any point in the graph. All have the same sex principle. The tetrahedron offers maximum stability. Third, because the universe is in constant motion. So the tetrahedron should be a dynamic tetrahedron. A dynamic tetrahedron can then evolve into a double helix model. 4. In the long run, the mutual expansion and contraction of the positive and negative universes constitute a stable pulsating relationship. It is like a huge cosmic heart. Human vitality also comes from the heart of the human body. The heart is divided into 4 parts, the left atrium and the left ventricle, and the right atrium and right ventricle. In this way, man and the universe form an inner unity. The tetrahedron has 4 vertices and 4 faces. For rule our universe, in its essence, they dominate our natural world. Command us humans? For example, everything in the universe is made up of 4 things: matter, space, time, and motion. Nothing can be above or detached from these 4 things. The 4 tentacles point directly to many essential domains of humanity, nature, and the universe. Explain that it is at the heart of the cosmic model. Tai Chi produces 2 instruments. 2 rituals give birth to 4 elephants. For elephants gossip, Tai Chi is the universe. The 2 instruments are head and tail. The 4 images are matter, space, motion, and time. And the basic conditions that they derive. If any of the 4 items is missing, the universe immediately died. The universe is great. Matter is great. Humans are great. Today, we finally recognize our place in the universe on a large scale. It turns out that our Earth, our human beings, and the starlight we face all belong to one living, immense mass. And our universe is still constantly growing, constantly developing, constantly reincarnating, and constantly evolving. Finally, let's look at some other interpretations of 4. There are 4 basic forces that dominate the universe: the strong force, the weak force, the electromagnetic force, and the attractive force. The 4 basic seasons on Earth: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. The 4 fundamental laws of mathematics: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. The 4 basic objects of geometry: point, line, and surface. The 4 basic reactions of chemistry: compound reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, and metathesis reaction. The 4 basic forms of matter are gas, liquid, solid, and plasma. The 4 basic elements that make up the human body are oxygen, hydrogen, carbon, and nitrogen. The 4 basic colors of painting are red, yellow, blue, and neutral. The 4 basic blood types of humans are B, A, B, A, B, A, B, and O. The 4 basic tissues in the blood: white blood cells, red blood cells, platelets, and proteins. The 4 basic forms of human connection with the outside world are vision, hearing, touch, and taste. The 4 basic bases that make up DNA, A, T, C, G. The 4 basic qualities of human beings are bile, blood, mucus, and depression. The 4 basic ecological environments of the Earth are atmosphere, water resources, magnetic field, and ozone layer. The 4 basic energies that make the Earth: volcanic atmosphere, glaciers, oceans. The 4 basic layers that make up the Earth's atmosphere are the troposphere, the stratosphere, the mesosphere, and the thermosphere. The atmosphere is basically composed of 4 parts: nitrogen, oxygen, argon, and carbon dioxide. The 4 basic ecological environments of living things produce, consume, and restore inorganic matter and energy. For basic resonance phenomena in nature: mechanics, resonant electricity, magnetic resonance, optical resonance, nuclear magnetic resonance. The 4-dimensional concept in nature is length, width, height, time. The 4 basic kinds of stars in space: planets, moons, comets. The 4 basic components of the sun: the core radiation layer, troposphere, solar atmosphere. The 4 fundamental consequences of stellar evolution: red giants, white dwarfs, neutron stars, supernova. The 4 basic requirements of human life are clothing, food, stay. Okay. What is Wang Fan's cosmology? It is a theory about the nature of the universe. Wang Fan believes that the universe is composed of 4 fundamental elements: matter, space, time, and motion. The nature of the universe is motion. This means that everything in the universe is constantly changing and evolving. The matter universe and the antimatter universe are intertwined, checks and balances. It forms a giant double helix, supporting the kinetic energy of the universe. Wang Fan believes that the universe is a vibrant organism, and not just a static physical space. Excerpted from Artificial Intelligence's Interpretation and Evaluation of Wang Fan's Cosmology.